Please speak about the brilliance of Augustus Pablo as a producer and a musician.
The brilliance of him. Well, Pablo is a man where, you know, every band have a band leader. Them call him the maestro, and he's the leader of the band. And you have certain musicians that reach a certain level that they become the band leader. Therefore, in a studio session, automatically the musicians know who the band leader is. So basically, everybody would follow his lead, and thing. And Augustus Pablo was one of them, man. So you have a lot of musicians in Jamaica, but it's not everybody is a maestro. So you just say Dean Fraser is a maestro. You just say, Mikey Bennett is a maestro. Clive Hunt is a maestro. So, family man. When all the musicians come together, even though all of them are great musicians, everybody know who the maestro is, who is talented, who has the talent to arrange everything and put the music in its right place and thing, who for play what and when, yeah. And Pablo now as a producer now, what I liked about Pablo is Pablo always used to work with people that didn't have any name. Like I'm gonna rather, link somebody and try develop that person career as an artist, or so him was Augustus Pablo. Him could link any musician or any artist him did want, but him always used to use artists that are upcoming or some one-away musicians that had some unique sound, but nobody never know about them. And used to produce a lot of people that, some of them wasn't even that interested in the music business, but them is Rastafari, and them have a message, from Rastafari or to Rastafari, and them just sing. Because, why do the birds sing? Them sing because them is birds, Yeah, so they used to work with a lot of them true musicians that are not looking necessarily for a Grammy or a Billboard chart. Them just sing, Rasta music for us, Yeah, man.
What did he teach you about the music business? And what is your contribution to Rocka's international productions?
Well, him teach me enough aspect of the business, from studio, from rehearsals, and then taking what you rehearse to the big studio, recording, mixing, mastering, then taking that now, pressing them onto vinyl, the records, and distribution. And taught me about publishing, copyrights, how to be let's say a producer in terms of what is required, like when it's time to go to studio, when we're preparing for rehearsal, then trying to meet the needs of the artist, make the artists and the musicians comfortable enough to give you the best work, or the article work. See me I say? And I learned a lot that way in terms of the music production. And then the next part did also say.
What's your contribution to Rocka?
Oh yeah, so basically that was it. I was a student and a fan of Augustus Pablo, So basically, just like how a disciple would learn and serve him a master, is basically that. And I was learning and serving him in all of those aspects that I was just telling you about, learning how to, deal with prepare and handle and deal with rehearsal, production in the studio, distribution. I used to work at the record shop as well. I was the engineer for him, his home engineer. So I used to deal with all the rehearsals, engineering all the rehearsals and all of that, getting us ready when it was time to go to the studio, make sure everything is there food is prepared, all the musicians book, all the musicians know the time, the studio book, the food ready, chalice this there, tea, whatever we need to be comfortable, you know. And yeah, I used to work at the record shop too. And then to select the sound system, you know.
Please share lessons learned from Augustus Pablo about life and Rastafari.
That one, the question is very broad, and it's like, you know, it's very broad.
What he taught you about Rastafari?
Well, it was more history. It was more history, and talking about the elders them that came before I, and the elders them that it was around in my time, you know, introducing me to them and getting to reason with them elders. That was a great thing. You know, no matter enough of them elders that trod through right now, but you know, just being around Augustus, you get to link with, you know, such ones, you know, I go through. So that was a great experience too, you know. Used to trod Bingy with him too, you know, and you know, experience Bingy in them days there, you know, which I think that is, you know, Bingy still a one now, but I don't see Bingy keep like how Bingy used to keep one time. See me, I say, so it was a great experience to even, you know, taking them vibes there. You see me, I say, and you know, just you know, it was like my elders are just going through countless of little lessons and, you know, history about Rasta and with a teacher, and I to say what specifically exactly is too much to mention, you know. Just it was just a great overall elder, teacher, you know, and by my example of how I live, you know, that was the greatest lesson, you know. Yeah, man.